looks like I am live once again with Darkrai. Is it live though? That's the question. Right now it says that it's live with a waiting on Nido Marquee screen, so I don't know what that actually means. But, well, yeah, I mean, the preview may not be there, but everything else is. You guys should hear me just fine. Everybody should hear my voice, and everybody should see this guy on screen. Alright, well, let me just triple, quadruple, let me make sure everything is correct here because I want to make sure that my audio, the audio is registering, so I'm good with that. Let me just make sure that everything's good before we get started here. And let me welcome you guys to a Friday night shiny hunt. Normally, yep, yeah, we're good. I think we're good. Normally, this would be Friday Night Smash. But I got home a little too late. So since I got home so late, I decided, you know what? Normally, if I get home this late, if I'm gonna stream, I'm like, well, Smash Bros. Like we'd be getting started at 8 o'clock. Like we'd be going for a couple hours, we'd be done. Most people are on time zones where they're out at that point. So I'm like, you know what? I would have shiny hunted anyways. And I thought, since Darkrai is skunking the hell out of me, why don't we just get started and stream this? Because I haven't streamed shiny Darkrai in a very long time. Now, you guys may recall the last time I streamed this, I actually found a shiny Giratina on the wrong screen. That was on Pokemon Diamond, which is sitting here on the desk. If you guys would like, I can certainly load up Pokemon Diamond as well. That's what it'll look like if you are watching Brilliant Diamond. That is what it will look like if you are watching Diamond and Brilliant Diamond. But for now, let's go to that chat. Archo is here, and we'll be back in a little bit. Magical Raven already wished me her magical luck. Sister Frisk, Chidano, good to see you all. And we've got H Nation in the house. We've got Devlin, my friend. Welcome back. And Crosis Gaming, where is Smash? Well, I just explained where Smash is. See, what happens is Smash Bros. Players don't shower very often, right? And as the gunk accumulates, we go to the hospital to get steroid injections and antibiotics for all of the infections. So then we're forced to take a step back from Smash Bros. And then like a month later, you'll be back with Smash. That's usually how the cycle goes. Divlando says, got a new phone and got my Switch taken, so I can't play with you. I'm sorry. Well, no worries, Divlando. This one's kind of a solo expedition on this. Darkrai has skunked me for over a year straight, and I don't understand how this keeps happening. I shouldn't have opened my big mouth. I was like, oh yeah, I've got over 500 shiny catches. Never been a member of the 10K club. What happens? Mewtwo gets me for 4 years. Darkrai's over a year now, and both of them went well over 30,000 encounters. That should never have happened. I definitely shouldn't have opened my big mouth because I've never had a long hunt before. Now look at this. It happens back to back to back like all the time, dude. Giratina was quick. Dialga was quick. Regigigas was quick. But these two are a nightmare, dude. Sandygast, at least Sandygast was fast. I mean, and it took forever, but at least the encounters were one after another. Darkrai here, 60 an hour. 60 encounters an hour. You have any idea how many hours? Dude, Darkrai took over my workouts. So that's how I found Mewtwo at long last, was I hunted Mewtwo for like, I would say I was working out and hunting Mewtwo, like doing resets at the same time for the better part of 3 years straight. And then finally he showed up. So Darkrai has taken that spot over, and yeah, anybody that's in that spot pretty much gets sucked into a hole. Hey, let me check really quickly here. Hold on. I just accidentally refreshed the chat. Give me 1 sec. I shouldn't have done that. Apache, how are you doing? Would play along, but I have nothing to do in the mainline Pokemon games. I have nothing to do. I've been pretty much skipping. I realize that I don't care about the 7-star raids in SV. I get those Pokemon and breed them with egg Pokemon, you know? It's like, I don't know. I've been skipping the events on SV. I don't know why. Devlando says, if I had a Switch, I could help you with your Darkrai. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any ability to get help. I'm stuck in a nightmare, literally. This is not my body. You can see me right here. You guys all see me, but this is the thing. This is not my body. I am stuck in a coma back on New Moon Island. Or I'm not on New Moon Island. I'm in a bed that's in the port. I'm back in the port in a coma. At this point, the healthcare system in this game is legendary because they're still taking care of me. They haven't unplugged me. So when I find Darkrai, I might actually get out of that coma, but there's a good chance this is where I live now. In fact, I might not have a body left to go to. That's what's bad about it. So Darkrai I hunted in 2008. I don't think it was 2007. I'm pretty sure that was 2008. And the first time I hunted Darkrai was like a week. I remember that hunt. I distinctly remember it. I was just playing video games. Or I should say I was shiny hunting while I was working on homework. And, I mean, it was like Friday after school. Boom, I found it. And I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest shiny I've ever seen in my life. I love this Pokemon. I glitched my ass up there. So I would say that's when I hunted. Whenever somebody posted the very first video of how to do the Dark Void glitch, that's when I hunted it. And, I mean, it was like, I started that hunt on a Sunday, I finished it on a Friday. This one, I started it, and I might die before I finish it. Croesus says, is something going on with your mic tonight? You sound like you're using a different mic. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Is everybody... Can you guys all hear me? Well, hold on, let me do a quick audio check. Let me make sure you guys are good to go here. Apache says, would play along, but I have nothing. Oh, I already read that. What am I doing? Devlando says, so I had to transfer my data from my previous phone into my new phone, which inevitably for me never works correctly, ever. You can hear me. Can you hear me well, though? Apache says, why does school have to start soon? I am done with school forever. I cannot sympathize. I can sympathize because I get it. School sucks, man. There's just no way around it. It totally sucks. Frisk, how are you doing? And welcome, welcome to the stream. Let me grab some water really quickly. Also, I have a cup of coffee that I tried to kill myself with. I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, not 1, and I suspected that I did that, but then I didn't follow up on that. I'm like, no, it's fine, it's good. And that coffee is sitting here, and I grabbed it with the handle, so I didn't realize it. Mixed in a little bit of creamer, brought it in here, and I took a sip and died. So, but Frisk, how are you doing? Splatfest coming up, guys. Love, money, fame. Every single time that Splatfest happens, it's happened in Splatoon 1, it happened in Splatoon 2, it's happening in 3, love always wins. Don't you guys think it's about time that we get greedy and win for team money? Alright. Darkrai. You have no idea how long it's been. Because time means nothing to you. It means absolutely nothing to you, but to me, I'm shaving years off. Stream topic? Dude, we got a Pokemon Presents coming, and I know if I switch to dual screen, we'll see if I choose to do that or not. The right screen's empty right now. But by the way, I love the cracked glass. Janinjuice is a freaking genius. I love that back there. Anyways, if I were using the second screen, I would even say Pokemon Legends. But I'm using the first screen, so we're not doing that. So, Pokemon Presents, dude, I want one more announcement. I know we're going to get the SV. They're going to show us a new trailer of the DLC. Detective Pikachu 2. We're going to get that, too. What I'm hoping for is, dude, announce a Pokemon Legends... Who knows? Genesect, Celebi, something like that. Sister Frisk says, I'm doing good, thanks. My friend bought me the game Rain World, and I made some friends and creatures or two that are let me look that up really quickly before we get started. I'm just building the hype, Darkrai. It's your first encounter. And now, even though the last 30,000 encounters have been a bust, I'm still hopeful that this will be the one for some reason. I've never had a shiny on the first encounter of the stream. Let me see what Rain World looks like. Oh, this is a gorgeous art style. Look at this. This is... You know what this is? It reminds me of... it's like Rain World looks like Hollow Knight meets... what's the game I'm trying to think of? Liz Griffin, thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate the subscription, and I think I recognize that name. Let me look up in the chat here. Sorry, I was just letting it scroll and scroll and scroll. Haven't watched you stream before, so I don't know. You sound the same in VC. Yep, I had to look at your name and see your avatar, and now I know exactly who that is. Dragon, thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, I think the mic sounds fine. I think everything... I just put my phone in my ear, even though that's not exactly the greatest audio. It sounds fine to me. H-Nation says, Apache, at least you still have a little bit more time. School has already started for me. That sucks, dude. I mean, keep up the good work. Get the best grades you can. Stand out. Show yourself to the uppers. Make them think that you're great and whatever at all. But let's be honest, dude. School bites. It really does. At least until you choose. Like, when you're studying something you want to study, totally different. When you have to study it, and then they're shoving down ideas that you've heard 5 years in a row, it hasn't changed, but they're still teaching it. Like, dude, I learned all of this already. You're going to give me, like, 4 more details this year? H-Nation says, I want a Gen 5 remake, which, by the way... Oh, wait, you already see that on the overlay. Pokemon Black, I'm really hoping I will start soon with. Apache said... Hold on, let me check where that was. Buckets and buckets. It's great to see you, man. How are you doing? It says my legs are in extreme pain. I cannot walk properly. I'm going to hope that's because of a workout and not because of an injury or something. How are you doing, man? Apache says I just now realized I misspelled my username. I got what you were going for. I had to look at it at first, but I got what you're going for. A workout. Nice. All right. That's good. That's awesome. I just finally got back to working out after... It wasn't really well, yeah, it was an injury. I got an injury. I was sawing a tree outside. I hurt a ligament. So if I put weight on my right arm, it was hurting. So I was taking it super easy. I took the weights off the bar. I was only working out with the bars. So, but what I didn't realize it was going to take me, like, what, 14 weeks to finally feel better? Dude. Rain World looks gorgeous, Sister Frisk. It reminds me, I'm trying to think what this... it's like Hollow Knight meets... Hold on, I know exactly what I'm trying to say. Hang on, No, I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's a game, Ori, hold on, what is that? Ori, hold on, I know exactly what it is. Ori and the Blind Forest. It looks, Rain World reminds me of like Hollow Knight and Ori of the Blind Forest had an art baby. That's what it looks like. Let's get to it. Let me get this started. Been a while since that last Friday Night Smash. Unfortunately so, but I got home really late for this one, so... Darkrai, you're already causing me disappointment. That's the first thing I'm already feeling. All right, that was the first reset, guys. Let's see what's going on here. I might pull the DS in. I don't know. You guys let me know if at any point it's like, okay, reset after reset after reset. I might pull the DS on the second screen and mess around on Diamond for a little while. We'll see. But yeah, no, that's exactly what it reminds me of. I don't know why. I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, this is like if Ori was the world and Hollow Knight was the character style. Something here. I'm a sophomore in high school. Buckets and buckets. Oh, Devlondo. And Apache says, in my sophomore year of high school. Sophomore year. You know what's really weird? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I've been taught aging sucks, and yes, it does. At least I haven't gotten any bad parts. No, you know what? This little ligament stretch of mine, that was my first injury of my life. I've never really been hurt before, and that was the first time ever. So I would classify that as getting old, or I should say getting older anyways, because I was invincible, man. Nothing ever broke me. And then all I did was saw a tree, and I was down for 14 weeks. That was garbage. Either way, my point being is that it's like high school happened yesterday. Like, all of it, you know? It's like it didn't even... It's been 10 years, and yet it feels like it was... I just got out of it, and I freaking hate it, you know? But, Pokken, I have thought so much about if I should play Pokken or not. I have seen a lot of gameplay of Pokken. I've even, the crazy Shadow Mewtwo they have in that game. I love the game itself. I just haven't played it, but you're right. You're 100% right. I should play it. Darkrai, number 2 of the day, number 30,000 and whatever. I've lost count. I know it's over 30. I just don't know where over 30 because I stopped counting at 26, and that was like 6 months ago. So I know I'm over 30. I just don't know 35,000, 38,000. It can't be that much because I haven't been hardcore resetting Darkrai. Hour here, hour there, and it just adds up. But I haven't really been like... I do have the shiny lock off, right? There's not really a toggle for that, but I do know it's off. I mean, well, here I can show you. There's no shiny lock. Thankfully, I hate shiny locks. It's the dumbest freaking thing in the world. When I last left you guys, we had this. We proceeded into this, and then we got stuck. And that is where I left everything. So, is the shiny lock off? Well, as you can see, it's not on. But then Darkrai's been a very strong brick wall. He's not giving in. He's not giving in. He's not giving up. This is just a nightmare for RNG. I don't know what I did. Literally, it's a nightmare for RNG, dude. Apache says, I guess I could do the run of the what? Oh, the Cajillionth, sorry. I didn't, and my problem was I saw you type that, and I was like, I don't know what that word is. I'm not even going to try. Now I realize that, okay, it's Cajillionth run of X and Y, which I have 0 runs of X and Y. I promise you, I am getting ready to start Pokemon Black for the first time in my life. I'm very close. I will begin that run shortly. One of the things is I've actually committed to significant work on the weekends. So Saturdays and Sundays are not exactly free anymore because I'm getting home at like 5 o'clock. That is not going to be permanent. It's just for the summer. Naya is actually the one that talked me into doing that. But either way, the reason I bring that up is because that's the time I would normally record Black and White. Or I should say Pokemon Black. And maybe after work. But I've been working a lot of hours, so I keep getting home tired. So I'll work on a couple of things and go to bed. Sea Salt, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Darkrai's back on the screen. Now, the last time I streamed this, I found a shiny. It was not Darkrai, though. But it was still a successful stream. Because we found Giratina. Or I found Giratina, I guess you guys witnessed it. Oh, I'm looking at his eye whenever he spawns. Yes, he's going to be purple, but I'm really looking at that eye because that green eye is going to stand out. Also, I like how the only reason TF2's player count went to 250k was because of a seal. I'm assuming that's Team Fortress and not... Because that's Team Fortress 2, yeah? That's pretty... I mean, it's aging. It's getting up there. Not that that makes it bad. Old games aren't bad games. I hate that that's what Twitter would have you believe, but that's not how that works. Devlando says, then maybe he might be shiny you can't get. No, I've seen too many people get Darkrai, and I'm like, you know, where's mine? A little more water down the hatch. Let's go. Darkrai, I think I'm not bored of you. I'm just saying, like, I'm ready for you. It's been so long, last April, in fact, that I'm just ready for you to shine because I have a god to go catch. I mean, you're sort of a god, not really, but yeah, you're not a god at all, actually. You're really cool. That's really where you're at. You're really cool. But I have a god. Actually, I have the god to go catch, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I defeated that god 200 years prior to the events of this game. So I am ready to actually walk up the stairs and finally blow the Aether Flute in Diamond. Now that I feel totally accomplished that it took me 15 years, but I finally got to use the Aether Flute. And it was in Hisui, and it was amazing, and I love it. And Pokemon Legends, I'm going to say it right now. Somebody asked me the other day, actually, Croesus, if you're here, I think it was you. You said, what's your favorite Pokemon game? And I was like, I'm going to say it. I'm going to totally say it. Pokemon Legends Arceus was my favorite game. And it was amazing. I love that game. There's not a single complaint I have about it. There are some, not gripes, there are just a couple things that I think they can improve on, but it's not a complaint. It's just like, oh, you could do this better. So if we get a Pokemon Legends announcement on next Tuesday, I would die. Well, I wouldn't die, but I would definitely be jumping up and down, man. Okay, I wouldn't be doing that either, but I'd be vigorously chatting away in Discord. My point, I didn't even get a chance to walk up the stairs and fight Arceus in this game, and I'm going to. I wanted to do it in a Premier Ball. At this point, I kind of feel like I want to throw it in a Master Ball. Fun fact for you, my first Darkrai, when I shiny hunted this 2008, I threw the Master Ball at it because it was purple. And I'm like, oh, this thing is so sick. You're going in a Master Ball. I also was concerned because I glitched my way to get that Pokemon. Don't ask me why. I wanted to throw it in a Master Ball. I was like, I'm not even taking any risks at this thing. So outside of the ball matching the color of the Pokemon, I glitched myself there. I was afraid that something was going to go wrong. Sea Salt says, you can get shiny Darkrai. I just have terrible luck. Oh, I've seen so many people get Darkrai at this point. It's just taunting me. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. I will just randomly come across, like, I won't even be looking for shiny Pokemon, and I will see somebody post shiny Darkrai when I was not even in an environment where I should be seeing this Pokemon at all. And I'm like, why are you taunting me, Darkrai? We were on good terms 15 years ago. Everything was smooth between us. What went wrong? Devlando says, I got Shining Roaring Moon. That's something I kind of want to do is, I really want to do the Paradox Pokemon. I really want to try and hunt the Paradox Pokemon one of these days. Because I realize that I'm like, I don't shiny hunt that much. I haven't even used any, I don't even, you know what? Forget it. I'll put the flag down now. I'm never going to use sandwiches in Pokemon Violet. But I do want to go for full odds Paradox Pokemon. So I think that is something that I am interested in. Bucket says apparently Monster Hunter Tri originally would ban you until the year 9,999 for using mods. What game am I thinking of? There's a game that did the same thing. Okay, there's two games I'm thinking of, Buckets. One is, I believe it was RuneScape, and the old MMORPG. Now they call it old school RuneScape. Back then, it was just RuneScape 2. Anyways, if you got a lifetime ban, it actually didn't ban you forever. It banned you until, like, the year 2150. Then there was another game. I can't remember what the game was. I just remember that if you had a bootleg copy of the game, it would spawn an unkillable, absolute beast crab monster thing at the start of the game. So where when you got started, it didn't ban you from playing the game. It just, you are always running away from a giant overleveled invincible monster that would kill you constantly. I can't remember what game that was. Let's see. Devlando says, funny thing, I have 2 or 3 shiny Arceus. I have 1. And I don't even have it anymore, so technically I have 0. But, yeah, it's a Pokemon live stream, not a Nintendo one. Well, I mean, it is a Nintendo one because Nintendo obviously owns Pokemon, but this one is specific to Pokemon. It's Pokemon Presents. And I'm really hoping for another Legends game, guys. I also am not giving up hope for a Pokemon Let's Go in the Johto region. I know that that is extremely unlikely, and it gets more unlikely as time goes on, but I would love to have a Gen 2 Let's Go game, and I would love to have a Legends game. I am sticking by it. Does not matter what. I'm going for those. Those are not my predictions. Those are my hopes. My predictions are, I don't know. My predictions are probably, I don't even know, actually. If there's anything that's going to get announced that wasn't there, I don't know what it would be. I have no predictions. One Punch. How you doing? Says, I think it was Serious Sam that made the unkillable monster. Serious Sam. I'd have to, let me take a look at it. I'm saving Rain World because I want to remember this game. So I got to open another browser. Alright, let's see what Serious Sam looks like. bootleg monster. I'm not really seeing it. Hang on. Let's see what game I was trying to think of. All right, let me see if I can find this. All right, I'm getting close. Hold on. So, what is this? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to tell you what game it is that I'm trying to figure out here. Yes, this is it. What game is this? It is. You're right. It was Serious Sam. 100%. You were correct. That was 100% correct. I'm sorry. Serious Sam's the one that had that crazy unkillable monster. And it was, if you had an illegal copy of the game, it would spawn in and murder you. Not the one placed it in bootlegs. No, I pulled it up. I had to look really quickly. But yeah, this is definitely the monster. So I don't know why I thought this thing was a crab. It's more like a lobster spider thing. But, let me see here. Is this a no, this can't be a real boss. This thing's the, okay, so it can be a serious monster. Alright, let me see here. Yeah, I don't know if it's invincible necessarily, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe they spawn it so early in the game if you have a bootleg copy that there's no way to defeat it. But that is so this arachnid thing, that is 100% the thing I was thinking of. That is definitely what I was going for. So if you have a bootleg copy of the game, you get murdered in like the first 2 seconds of the game. Darkrai. This is not a bootleg copy of this game, so would you do me a solid and let me out of this nightmare? Every time I'm looking at his eye. When that eye is green, we're off this island. I don't even remember what Pokemon are in my party at this point. Ah, that coffee hits the spot. Let me go turn a light on in this game. Apache says they need to make a Gen 2 game for the Switch. If that game was Let's Go, I would not complain. I would love a Gen 2 Let's Go. It's been so long now. It's been 5 years since Let's Go. I'm really suspicious that they just killed that game and said, no, not again. From a development standpoint, I feel like even if they waited 2 years before they greenlight a Johto Let's Go game, I still believe by now it would have been done and released. Like, it can't take that long. Those games aren't that complex. So unless it would be absolutely amazing and they build on the first one, I'm suspicious that my dreams for a Let's Go Johto are dead. But I'm not giving up. I will still lead the crusade even if I'm the only one out there who's tweeting about it, who's talking about it. Let me turn the light on. Speaking of which, I need a new social media website. I don't use any social media in my personal life. I do not use Facebook, Twitter, none of that. As Nito Marquis, I wanted a place where I could run into random gamers or talk to friends casually, like almost like walking into a bar and just kind of chatting it, you know, just random stuff. Nothing serious. I'm not going to try and make promoted tweets and all this. Either way, Twitter Twitter started out as that for me, just barely, and it was a dumpster fire that I watched burn for a few years. So I'm like, dude, I need to scour the internet and see if there's any new social media websites. I don't care about relevancy. Case and point. Okay, so Instagram launched something. I don't even know what the name of it was. It was supposed to be a rival for Twitter. All I know is it apparently launched dead on arrival. Something that launches dead on arrival is not a problem for me. I don't care if it got a lot of users or not. The reason I wouldn't do that is because Instagram's already super big, and I don't like super big crap. They're already established. They're going to be chasing trends. I just want a site full of people who want to chat about, like, Final Fantasy VIII back in the day and Pokemon back in the day, and what would you like to see out of a new Pokemon game, and a funny clip that happened when I was playing this game the other day, and stuff like that. I don't need all the politics, which anywhere you go there's going to be politics, but let's go with the gaming politics too. I don't need all the gaming politics or the console wars or any of that crap. And to a very small extent, I feel like I had that on Twitter for a brief time, and now I'm like, yeah, that site sucks, dude. You could just tell everyone, even my own friends, are not happy being there. I don't see people tweeting happy, funny stuff anymore. I just see people trying to post memes to get famous or yelling about stuff. And I'm like, that was always a them Twitter thing, not a me Twitter thing. That's always like, if you hit the search bar, if you look at the rest of the population, that's what they're doing. Now it's seeping into my friends, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really go on there to have casual talks over my morning coffee anymore. That's gone. I haven't done that in a couple of years. Reddit was never like... So I post stuff at Reddit sometimes, but it's really lighthearted stuff. Like, I'll post my shiny clips or discussions about random things about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Or I'll post clips of Splatoon. But I never engage in talks because it's like... Whatever's on the front page usually is a bunch of crap anyways. And then if you go into like the popular sections, forget it. It's all garbage. So Reddit was always a dumpster fire too. At least their site used to work. I know they pissed everyone off because they got rid of external applications for exterior data collection and all that. Or I don't think it was plugins. I forget what they did. I just know it had to do with external data. So they pissed everyone off on those regards. I need to scour the internet and see any... I don't need, like, a brand new social media website because chances are it's going to have a server in, like, a country I haven't heard of and collecting really private data. And, like, I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for, like, where's the Nito Marquis of social media? And by that, I mean I need somebody who's a really, really cool guy, just not super overhyped and super famous, but every time you see him, you're like, oh, man, this guy's great. I'm just kidding. That's not me. I hope it is. I would love to be that. But no, seriously, I would like to find like a social media that's like... Okay, here's a great example for you. When DeviantArt launched. I know. Some of you weren't even alive, I'm sure. DeviantArt used to be such a cool place. And it was just really awesome when that thing showed up. Because DeviantArt was... It started small. It was super small. I mean, it was just a really cool, casual place to go hang out with a bunch of alt and emo type people and just, the social rejects of the world, And yeah, that's the Sister Frisk. You got it. Nail on the head. It's such a shame. I wish I could isolate the exact moment that everything went to hell for DeviantArt. But they just made one decision bad after another. And you know what? That's fine. If that's how it's going to happen. Social media. The reason I do not use social media in my personal life is because every social media turns into the same thing. It goes from a cool hangout place with interesting people to an influencer culture, sales pitch, and political mesh ball. Every one of them turns into that, and it just ends up going downhill, all of them. And there's not a single social media, even Discord has people now that are saying it is going down the tubes. And I'm like, when Discord launched, it murdered and killed and buried Skype in a day. And I remember when Skype was, it wasn't like, nobody ever bragged about Skype, but Skype was certainly a cool app, and it did what you needed it to do, and people liked it. Then one day it was obsolete, it was lame, and it was gone, and you never hear about it again. Discord will inevitably hit that point as well. Discord will one day just disappear. It'll be not cool anymore. It'll be lame. It'll be they changed it too much, you know? And then poof, gone. And that's the cycle. So I'm ready to move on from Twitter in those regards. Bucket says, also Pikmin 4 looks very amazing, and when placed in a console that doesn't have as much power. Oh, even when placed in a console that doesn't have as much power. The thing is, we called, oh, Threads. Yeah, you're right. That's what it was called. I had to think about it, and I couldn't come up with the name, but it was the tip of the tongue. It was called Threads. You're right, and it launched dead on arrival. Remember, there's only two things they ever pronounce you in life. Married and dead on arrival. Let's see. Sister Frisk, that's, you know what? You're going to, yeah, you got caught in that, didn't you? You had a lot of art, I can imagine, on DeviantArt to your point. You've stated that just now. And I can imagine how much pressure that was, that all of a sudden some dude is going to make an AI program that's going to learn illegally with no permission how to make art from your art and a whole bunch of your friends' art, and then somebody might just mint your art for the hell of it, sell it as an NFT, and try to get, you know, rich and famous off of it. And so now you've got the question of, do you stay? Do you go? Because there is no neutral. There is no stay but no more new art. It's literally, I've either got to burn this place or I've got to embrace it and just deal with it. And I agree with your decision. I'd pack up and leave. Goodbye. The only art I have are my words. I'm not an artist, but I can write. And so until that day comes, well, that day's already here, I'm sure. You know, there's already AI programs doing anything. I mean, ChatGPT can do anything. So, and then to an extent, you got to think, like, where does it go from here? You know, there's a certain point, like, okay, I can tell you right now, right? I don't hate old school stuff. I don't embrace old school stuff either. Just because something's super advanced doesn't make it scary. Just because something's super old doesn't make it obsolete. And one of the questions I have for myself is my car. My car is the last year that they made this car that it did not receive updates from the factory. And that's something I don't want. I don't want a car that's going to have updates from the factory. Do I need a stick shift car? No. The car I drive now, that's the one in the garage, I've showed you guys occasionally, I pop it on Discord, that's a stick shift. And stick shifts are absolutely obsolete. Even in a sports car, they are obsolete. They're just there because they're fun. People feel engaged when, you know, when they're driving a very powerful car, it feels like you're really controlling the car with the stick. That thing is useless. Technology's obsoleted it. But that doesn't mean I don't want it. If it was available on new cars, I would absolutely still take it. Same thing with AI in those regards. I'm not choosing to go for the AI. I want the authentic stuff. Even if you could trick me and say, this was written by a human. Oh, really? Guy, you know, psych, gotcha. It was a bot. That was an AI program that wrote that, and you enjoyed it. Then I would be like, okay, I did enjoy it, but I still want a human author. I still want a human voice actor. You know, those kind of things. And that doesn't make me old school. As soon as you say you don't like technology, immediately you're old school. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. I'm selectively progressive in terms of technology. Like this game right here. How many people took a collective cesspool of this game, if you will? And I agree, this game was lackluster. It's great. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are great. But they are great because they are one-for-one replicas of the games that I remember from 2008 and I still play till this day. Those games were great as well. By transitive property, these games are great. Were they created? No. Or, well, no. It was, I don't even remember the name of the people. Basically, Game Freak subcontracted these people to just build them a game that was identical in HD to the one they had in 2008. So that's lackluster. But that's okay to me. I mean, don't do it again, but it's okay to me. You get one shot at that. I'm okay if you do it once, and I don't hate it. There were glitches. There were severe glitches. In fact, I don't care about devaluing shinies because I remember when we were talking in 2008 about that. How people would hack cartridges to have an entire Pokedex of nothing but shiny Pokemon with 6 IVs and sell it on eBay. So shinies have never had value at this point. The only value they have is to you. And because it's your story that you remember and associate with those shinies. So in those regards, the fact that you could clone 35 shinies in 2 seconds was never an issue to me. It's the fact that the programmers allowed that to happen in the first place that taints it far more than the fact that somebody out there duplicated 500 Dialga that were all shiny and then, you know, whatever, they distributed it from there. None of that matters. It's all about the reputation. But just because they made the game in this style doesn't make me old school. It just, I'm okay with it. It was not a big issue. But at the same time, don't do that again. That was a one and done type of thing. When Pokemon Black inevitably gets remade, and trust me, I will make sure I play Pokemon Black before the end of this year for sure. I'm not going to wait until a remake. But regardless, if Pokemon Black gets remade, do yourself a favor and do a true remake. You know, not a reimagining of it almost. Because this was fine. I was fine with it, but it was definitely lackluster. Not bad, just not up to par. Oh, where we got here? ChatGPT can't draw a circle, though. Well, that's the thing, is that AI has so much money in it right now. If you look at the stock market, for instance, AI companies, particularly NVIDIA, and I don't know why NVIDIA is investing so hard in AI. I figured, well, I mean, you can't just sell graphics cards all day. It's still a niche market at the end of the day. But either way, they have killed it with their investments in AI. Google hasn't killed it as much. Google's always been solid, or I should say Alphabet. They've always been solid in those regards, but they're always promising AI, and they said the same thing. You know, they're promising what they can do with AI. And I'm like, all right, so it's definitely going to get to the point where it could do anything. And so be it. I still choose not to pick the AI. I still choose to pick the authentic stuff. Don't even get me started on the AI voices, though. First off, Vocaloids have been a thing for years. And I don't know why AI thinks they're going to reinvent the wheel. Vocaloids are going to always be at the top. There's no way that AI is going to... Like, why even... AI trying to replicate and make music based on what somebody's input was is literally the Walmart version of Vocaloids. And I don't even listen to Vocaloids, and I know that they're impressive. They can be impressive. For that matter, you could see, like, look at Splatoon. Splatoon went the route of sounding like a Vocaloid, but it's really a human with a ton of filters over it. So there are definitely multiple ways to get that effect. I don't think AI... I don't think they're ever going to be a player in those regards. Like, they're never going to pass Vocaloids. Maybe for the common person, but for anybody that knows what a Vocaloid is, or for that matter knows what voice filters are, yeah, forget it. But then, yeah, AI is supposed to be... The idea is that it generates on its own a new voice based on either what its sound profile from a human is or several humans. And I can tell you right now, no way. Take somebody like Ronnie Radke's voice and tell me that there's ever going to be a point where a synthetic version of that will ever exist. And the answer is, oh, hell no. Sea Salt says, did you hear about Twitter getting mad at Futaba's? Persona 5 Futaba. What is a Futaba's? Like, I know the character Futaba, who I'm probably saying that wrong, by the way. It's probably Futaba. telling people to report an AI cover video using... Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I hate that kind of stuff. Dude, if you guys know... Okay, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. So I didn't see that one, but I did see one like it. There is... I'm trying to think. Who started it? There was like a pledge that voice actors were taking, stating that they were not they would never authorize use of their voice through AI and replications. But the one that I enjoyed was oh crap. Oh, what's his name? Ron Perlman. So Ron Perlman, I will caution you if you follow up on this story. I think he might be a pretty active person when it comes to opinions on politics. So just a heads up, he's not a badass like I'm describing him all the time. He's very passionate about politics sometimes too. And my rule in life is it doesn't matter what your opinion is. If you're passionate about politics to a hype level, you're probably wrong or misinformed somewhere along the line, and it looks very ignorant. So either way, Ron Perlman is, it's Ron Perlman, right? Yeah, I think his name is Ron Perlman. I'm really concerned I've got his name wrong. He was the voice actor for Slade in Teen Titans, as well as he was Hellboy. And when he talked about AI voices, it was hilarious because while everyone else is like, I will never stand for AI voices. I do not support jobs being taken away and quality being taken away. Ron Perlman, let me just make sure I've got his name right. I'm not good with... yeah, it's Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman said the same thing about he doesn't authorize use of his voice, but it was more like he did it in his Slade voice, where he was like, here's the thing we're going to do. If you want to replicate my voice, just remember, you're going to be watching your back for the rest of your life. He was not saying it in a normal way. It was hilarious. I'm like, dude, Ron Perlman... he did not make it sound nice at all. He was like, everyone's like, I don't authorize use. He's like, if you're going to use my voice, you're going to be looking out behind your back for the rest of your life. Coffee down the wrong throat, that always feels good. I'm good. I'm good, guys. Hey, how's it going? Archo, my friend. How are you doing? Welcome to the Endless Nightmare. It's, I haven't done any encounters on stream in a while. Usually I just do these at night when I'm, like, working on other stuff, and I'm just kind of, I've got it up on the screen or something. What is this for real? The discussion. So it was brought up that it started with this idea of, H Nation, welcome back. It started all the way back at basically I hate Twitter, and I've thought it was a dumpster fire for about 3 years. So I was like, I need a new social media. It moved from there to look what happened to DeviantArt. DeviantArt used to be cool, now it's not. Then it moved from there to AI, how I said that I'm not going to be old school. I embrace technology. I'm always learning how computers are evolving and working better. I want to know, like, not just DDR5 is better than DDR4 for RAM in a computer. I want to know why is it better, you know, those kind of things. How does PCIe actually work to transmit data and input signals faster every single generation, those kind of things. So I embrace technology, but AI is not one of them. I would never embrace that, particularly with the AI voice actors, to which Seasalt mentioned that Futaba from Persona 5, I don't know Japanese or English voice actor. I'm assuming English voice actor. Either way, their voice was stolen and obviously caused a firestorm, and to which I don't agree with that. And what I had to laugh about was I saw the day that all the voice actors from various industries were saying that I do not authorize use ever or support use of AI stealing my voice. I don't give them credibility and I don't give them permission. And I was like, so then Ron Perlman stepped up, and Ron Perlman is Slade's voice actor, or Slade is the PG name, Deathstroke, in Teen Titans. And Ron Perlman said it so threateningly. he did not say, like, I don't authorize you to use my voice. He said, watch your back if you're going to do it. And I was like, dude, I love how serious Ron Perlman, like, when he threatens you, you feel like Robin talking to Slade. And it was gold. Bucket says, if you are using my voice for AI, just know I am going to follow you everywhere you are going to go. You will not sleep properly until you stop. I will find you. That's basically how Ron Perlman did it. Zach, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Says, if you find a shiny 10 resets, you hear Mario scream for 10 minutes. Is that like, you know, since we're talking about old stuff like Skype, and then before Skype was AIM, which actually AIM didn't precede Skype. I used to use this. It was an app called Ventrilo. So Ventrilo, it was like the pre-Skype thing for me. It was Ventrilo and then Skype. Either way, my original point, Zach, is that like those old chain letters? Like, if you are reading this message right now, then you need to post it in 10 people's chats, and if you don't, you will have diarrhea for the next 13 months. Archo says, dude, Nito, do you know how legendary Futaba's voice actress is, though? She has been in, like, everything. I know that much. Even though I still have not played Persona 5 in full, I only played through the very first dungeon with my friend, and that was, like, 6 years ago now. 100% I do know that, like, the entire cast is just in everything, dude. And that's usually how those voice actors and actresses work, is you'll see them in Final Fantasy, you'll see them in other RPGs all the time, and then you'll see them pop up in anime, and then you'll see them pop up in Fire Emblem, and they're everywhere. Oh, she's Jessie in Final Fantasy VII. See, you'll see them pop up in a lot. Usually it's like one of two ways. It's either like Robin's voice actor, where he has one voice in every single game he's ever been in Avatar The Last Airbender, in Ben 10, it doesn't matter where he is, he's got the same exact voice. Or it's like some of the guys that voiced League of Legends characters, where they specifically made sure they didn't sound like themselves. You know, they used a new wacky voice they've never used. Things like that. H-Nation says, I've been playing Pokemon Xenoverse recently. I do not know what that is, but I can assume. Alright, Darkrai. I do want to point out to you that it's been about 15 months. And Mewtwo led me on for 4 years. Yeah, it was 4 years. So you're not allowed to do that. Mewtwo is the only one that's ever going to do that. Outside of the endless Cresselia hunt, which, speaking of which, I was hunting Cresselia like the other day. I left my DS on the charger for like, I did not mean to do this. I never do this. But I plugged it in because I was hunting it, and I was just doing Cresselia, a couple of resets here and there, and the DS had a red light, so I plugged it in. I did not unplug that damn thing for like 30 hours. I forgot it was on the charger. It's been sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, it's been over a day, dude. I hope I did not do something bad to that battery. It doesn't look swelled or anything, but I did not mean to leave that thing on the freaking charger forever. That was nuts. I did not mean to do that. I was like, dude, I hate when I do that. And by that, I mean I hate when I do anything that's dumb. It's easy to do. I get it. And sometimes I'm primed by my work. I'm going to go on a small rant here. You may listen, you may not. I don't know. But my work is, we are all, quote-unquote, held to a high standard. And we don't have supervisors at work, for instance. We hire people that are capable of supervising themselves, and we simply coordinate their efforts and give them a schedule. So, and I love that, by the way. Screw the idea of overseeing supervisors. That's just a waste of time and money. But my department specifically, we are constantly dealing with if a mistake occurs, or once in a while, I'll have a fraudulent copy of something because we work in anti-counterfeit, and I'll see a counterfeit copy of something that we created, and it's like, oh, crap, that's not what you want to see on your desk on a Monday morning type of situation. Either way, my mentality, it's been drilled in, is like, people are human. Humans make mistakes. It happens. but not you. You're of a higher breed and a higher standard. You have to be that person that does not make mistakes. Everyone else does, but not you. You are held to a higher standard because you're in this office, which means that you don't make mistakes. So don't make mistakes. And that mentality can get a little toxic at a certain point because that's a stupid mentality. Either way, so when I leave the DS on the charger for like 33 hours straight, I feel terrible about it. It's human, but it's crappy. H-Nation says, Xenoverse is a fan game, but it's really fun. There's new Pokemon, new forms, and a new sound type. I have been hearing people want a sound type for years. I don't agree with it in the actual main games, but fan games can do whatever they want. I don't play fan games. Not that they're not good. I'm not against fan games. The only people I'm against are the people that like fix a few textures and then say that the game is 10 times better and they did what Game Freak could never do, and you know they're making a better product than a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm like, you can shove it is what you're doing. You fixed a couple of tile textures and then said you've made a better game. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm just saying in general fan games can be a lot of effort. I don't really play them. I play the games that I'm pretty much backed up on, like Ghost of Tsushima right now. Pretty far along in that game, just taking it little bits at a time. So, but it's been an amazing 10 out of 10 game for me. And then after that is probably Tales of Arise. And then after that is Shining Darkrai. I'm just kidding, you're going to shine right now. Darkrai, guess what? Getting kind of sick of this little dance we're doing, Darkrai. It's been a long time. I don't deserve this. You were like a 1,000 encounters maybe the first time I found you, and now you're 30,000. I don't know what happened. Bucket says, I'm pretty sure the DS is fine. It's a lithium battery. It doesn't get damaged like laptops. They can swell. Lithium batteries absolutely can swell. And this one didn't, but if you leave it on the charger forever, it can swell a little bit. And I mean, as I'm sitting here feeling it right now, it's flat as a pancake, so it's good. It should be all right. But it'll swell and push the battery plate, and then obviously if it swells too much, it'll leak and destroy the whole thing. That's an extreme thing, but leaving it on the charger rather, is a good way to get that going. Now, in reality, what's happening on the actual molecular level is that the incoming charge is now equalized to the charge of the battery, and due to the law of diminishing returns, the battery itself, while not in use, is trickling out at such a minute rate that the charger is not overloading the battery at all. It's a very, 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 very slow trickle of electrons and probably nothing significant. However, anything that's compromised can certainly cause that swelling to occur. So it's a 1 in a million shot that I'd rather not roll the dice on. Magical Raven is out there. Magical Raven is among us. My friends, there is a fairy in the room, and she's got, hopefully, good luck. You're my good luck charm, Magical Raven. Magical Raven was here for the last hunt, and while you may have wished me luck for Darkrai, your luck came in handy for Giratina, who was on the second screen at the time it was going on. Or as they say in Canada, it was Darkrai. Because they don't say dark, they say dark. Darkrai. Buckets Bucket says, also, I hate how easily the 3DS XL screws can get stripped. All right, you are opening a bottle that I have been holding on to for a very long time. Buckets, I freaking hate all modern screws. Are so easy to strip. And then on top of that, they'll use those stupid security screws, and you'll strip those just trying to, because you got a tool that was from a manufacturer that was, their specs were like 10% off of what normal specs are, so their tool doesn't exactly fit, and because you're off by only like a small fraction, like 10% size difference, you strip the screw and the whole thing is, it's stripped. You're gonna have to drill it out, but the drill you're gonna have to drill it out with might as well be one they use for root canals on a tooth. That is some good coffee. I'm glad I poured that. Magical luck for Nito. Thank you, Raven. Your magical luck, it makes my night shine. Even if I don't find a shiny in the process. It just happens to be that you have coincided with a very large number of shiny finds live. Ironically, I just posted that because one of my favorite memories is actually with you, Magical Raven, in Pokemon Legends Arceus. That was one of my favorite stream memories. It was like 12:30 at night. Everyone had gone to bed. And everybody that was watching that was from across seas, for them it was late. And for everybody in America, it was late because it was 12:30. So, it was 11:30 for Central Time people. Or actually, it might have been. I'm thinking it was closer to 1. Either way, Raven, you're the only one that was awake. And you and I were looking for Darkrai, and I could not find Darkrai in Legends Arceus. And then I finally found Darkrai, and I was like, oh my god, Raven, he's there, I found him. And I had already beat the game, so I did not anticipate anything serious it was just a fun battle. And it turned out Darkrai started whooping my ass, and I'm like, dude, whoa, okay, chill. I did not expect you to be powerful. Like, if I was if I hadn't finished the game, I felt like that was a battle that would have been challenging. But I had beat the game, so I'm like, there's no way that it's going to give me a challenge, right? I'm already done. And then he started going off on me. I'm like, Raven, help! Oh, and I didn't know what to do. We eventually battled Darkrai, and he took like half my team out. We beat him, we caught him, and the mission was over and done, and I had Darkrai. But that was one of my funnest memories, and it was just you and me fighting against Darkrai. So I had that clipped out as a shorts for like 6 months, and I finally said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and post this. I put it in the 2022 stream highlights video as well, because it was just one of my favorite moments. And that is why next week, I really hope the Pokemon Presents includes the announcement of a new Pokemon Legends game. It's a little early. The cycle's not exactly done with SV far enough to announce a Legends game at this point. But anything is possible, is it not? That's why they call Jirachi the Wishmaker, because we're out here wishing. There is. I think it's the 8th. That would be... no, I know it's the 8th. That's Tuesday, right? Let me see. Calendar, are you going to pop up? There you go. Yes, that is Tuesday the 8th. That's when the Pokemon Presents is. And... Archo says, so Nito, how far along in Ghost of Tsushima are you exactly? So I'm definitely 100%ing the game. Therefore, I'm in Act 2, I should say. I'm in Act 2, and I did all of the Isle of Iki. Although there's still some side missions left on Isle of Iki. But either way, I did Iki. I did not realize that was DLC when I went over there. I came back after I beat the Eagle, and I proceeded on. So, I am probably... I don't know. I don't know where I would be at. Lady Moscow, I think, is at 6 out of 8 for her missions. The Sake guy, I can't remember his name right now. I completed all of his missions. The Warrior Monk, same thing, forgot his name. Completed all his missions as well. And... I'm trying to think what others there were. Okay, I did the father. I got his father's armor, so I did that. And I think I've unlocked all the armor. So I've got whatever Straw Hats are remaining. By the way, I had such an amazing, it was so cool. I jumped off a cliff in Ghost of Tsushima, and I landed. I stuck the landing. I never should have done this, but I survived. I landed in just enough water to survive. At first, I thought it was out of bounds, but it wasn't. It was an area you could go. But I didn't realize this. I thought it was not an area that I was allowed to be at. Mainly because if you swam out to an island, there was nowhere to climb up. It was like a bunch of rocks, but you couldn't actually get up the rocks. There was nothing there. So I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be scenery, but it's rendered scenery to where I could actually go up to it, try and glitch my way up it, but at the end of the day, there's nothing here. So I'm walking across the coast, again thinking I'm out of bounds, and I see a guy. I'm like, oh, dude, there's a guy here. I walk up to him, and I'm like, I wonder, he's just sitting there fishing. And then all of a sudden, it's a straw hat. It's raining. This guy's just sitting there. It's just a light rain, and he's sitting there fishing. Puts his fishing pole down, and the next thing, we're doing a 1v1 sword duel. And I'm like, oh my god, that was so cool, dude. I love that game. I played The Last of Us 2. I liked The Last of Us 2. I have no complaints about The Last of Us 2. But what I can tell you is if I was in charge of voting in 2022, 21? Yeah, 21, right? Yeah, if I was in charge of Game of the Year for 21, Last of Us 2 would never beat Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not saying it was a bad game. That is not what that statement is. Last of Us 2 was not a bad game. I'm just saying, oh, ha, ha, ha! Yeah! Darkrai! Let's freaking go! You're here! I knew you were gonna show up. I knew tonight was the night. Yeah! All right, Darkrai. I freaking knew tonight was the night, dude. Oh, Darkrai. Oh, it's been a while for you, Darkrai. Oh, it's been a while for you. Okay. Take a breath here and remember, got to remember what's even in the party here. I believe my strategy was, yes, I know exactly what the strategy was. Don't hit run, that's the strategy. Battle. Yawn. Oh, Magical Raven again with the shiny luck. Again, you never fail me. Darkrai. Oh, dude, I feel like there's a Discord server right now that needs to see this, but they can see it after I'm done. All right, let's switch this over. Pachirisu, you're coming out. Oh, dude. Goody, Sea Salt, Archo, Magical Raven, H Nation, Sister Frisk. You guys were all here for this thing live. Darkrai. Oh, it looks so sweet. You look amazing, dude. This is it. Oh my god. Darkrai. Hit him with that Super Fang. Nice. Dude. I saw that green eye and I was like, we're doing this. We're doing this again, man. We're doing this. Oh, Goody, you came in. You came into this stream for 30 seconds and 30,000 encounters, like 15 months. 15 months of this. And you came in and saw it live in 30 seconds. Sucker Punch, how dare you? Oh, man, Darkrai. All right, honestly, do I want to leave you at that? I think I'm just going to leave it there. Let me go get you back to sleep. Since the event launched, that's exactly it. I don't even think, did I finish my coffee? There's coffee left in my cup, dude. There's still coffee left in this cup. So, when I first caught this thing, by the way, I'm not counting his moves, and I'm not counting his moves because he's like level 50, so I don't feel I've ever had a problem catching this thing in any test runs. It's been a while since I did a test run, but if anything goes south, there's that Master Ball. I don't think we're gonna have this. When I caught this in 2008, and I love this Pokemon, he looks so cool right now, dude. When I caught this in 2008, I used a Master Ball because it matched his color. Today, we're gonna use a Dusk Ball. I feel like the effect of the Dusk Ball in this game I love so much that I want him in the Dusk Ball. All right, you can double team. I don't care. You could go ahead and do that. The shiny charm of the YouTube world. It's possible, maybe. Maybe that's it. You came in and Magical Raven's fairy luck is floating around here, as she always has. I have always caught shinies when Magical Raven is around. And you came in, and those two blended instantly, and that's all it took. You're going to stay in the first ball, right? You're going to stay in the... Getting a little ahead of myself. Yeah, look who's asleep now. Isn't that ironic? You and your Dark Void. I've got Yawn. Oh, Darkrai, you look so good. You look so good. I know I'm not counting his moves. Honestly, I'm getting a little cocky on this one. You could false swipe him. You absolutely could false swipe him if that were the route I wanted to take. But I've got Super Fang. He's not strong enough that I need to worry about it. I've never had a problem catching him in a Dusk Ball at low health. He doesn't have to be in the reds. His catch rate's pretty good. Now, I know I'm getting a little cocky on that one. Like, what if this is the one time that his catch rate screws me over, right? I don't feel that's going to happen. I feel I'm going to be all right. There you go. See? Darkrai was caught. The coma is over. I was in a coma for 15 months on an island next to a sailor. And now, we're done. We're going home. We're going home. Oh, that's so good. Oh, God, you look so good in HD. Let me just screenshot that really quickly. Give me one moment, guys. That's going in Discord. Dude, this is my favorite shiny of all time. Oh my God, this thing looks sick. It looks so sick. Just give me 1 second. I'm tagging Croesus on this because... Nice. All right, let me throw that in my own Discord too because they deserve to see it. Dude, oh man. All right, let's save the game and go to the chat, guys. I see all you guys typing in there. Give me just one moment to save the game. But first, it can lull people to sleep and make them dream. It is active during nights of a new moon. The green eye, the purple, Darkrai, Magical Raven, your luck again. No nickname. My original Darkrai I did not give a nickname to. I will also not give this one a nickname. Oh, he looks so sick. And this time it's not in a Master Ball. This time it's in a Dusk Ball. A voice called out from somewhere. Darkrai, your power is strong. Though you don't will it, you make people and Pokemon around you see terrible nightmares. That is why you came here, New Moon Island. Here, there is no one but you. There are none that can be drawn into your nightmare. And if anyone were to fall into the nightmares, Full Moon Island is close by. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up. I finally woke up. It's been 15 months. Miracles occur because I'm out of my coma. I'm back. You guys thought I was dead. Before we save that game, let me just take one quick look. You look so good. You look so good, Darkrai. I would like to save the game now. Dude, thank you guys for being here for this one. Oh my God, dude, it happened at last. It happened at last. Let me look at that chat here really quickly. Let me just pull this up. I sure hope everything looked and sounded great for that. I forgot to full screen it. Don't worry, when I clip it out of the stream, I'll do it. Oh, you are sick. Anyways, yeah, I could have false swiped him, obviously, because he's a dark type, but I ended up using a Super Fang instead. That was just my explanation earlier on that. All right, let's see. Where do I want to start with this? 3 whole minutes of patience. Goody Moody, you got to see it live, and you got to skip the last year of hunting. You thought it was pre-recorded, possibly even. Yeah, it was. I can't believe that finally happened. I knew tonight was the night. Archer says Nito probably got sold on the black market. Yeah, you know, that sailor, he got rid of me, man. Healthcare must be amazing in this place. Actually, he just kind of left my body there. I've been sitting there for such a long time. Thank you for the congratulations, everybody that saw it, dude. I love it. I love it. Love it. Frisk says, I shall share art in the Discord soon. I always love seeing your art, Frisk. You are an amazing artist. Goody says, I said sending shiny luck your way, and instantly, you and Raven instantly wished the luck, and it was like, ask and ye shall receive. You were in a coma. No, I mean, I was not physically there. Darkrai is the only proof that I ever actually visited that island. I was in bed, sleeping, in a coma, under the full moon, hunting this thing, under the hunter's moon, night after night after night. But, obviously, the nightmare ended. There is no longer a nightmare. Dude. Archo says, what kind of substance did that sailor inject you to get... Yeah, I was just like, hey, I need you to IV me... hook me up to an IV and keep me in this coma for as long as it takes. You'll know when I finally catch Darkrai, and then that's when you can bring me out of the medical coma. Well, look at this, guys. The collection's growing. I would say we're getting somewhere now. I gave up Cresselia. And I gave up Cresselia because I didn't want to catch Cresselia after 15 years of hunting it in this game before the actual Diamond version. So I gave up Cresselia to go see Darkrai. No regrets at all. But yes, you're 100% correct, Archo. Shaman is up next. Shaman was dedicated to Magical Raven. And that Shaman will be what comes next. In fact, we can head over there now. It's only 9... Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah, I could go over there for a couple of quick encounters, but you're right. I didn't realize it's almost 10 o'clock. That's perfect, but you've been asleep for a long, long time. You're damn right I've been asleep for a long time. I hope somebody was changing the soils at least. Jeez, what happened to you? Dude, you have no idea. I've been in there for 15 months. This is a whole new world. They launched, like, AI didn't exist when I went into that house. Now it does. Self-driving cars didn't exist, and now it does. What were you doing here? No one has lived here for 50 years. Well, no thanks to you. Thanks, Mr. Sailor, dude. I really appreciate that. You know what? I want to go see my Darkrai in battle. Actually, I don't want to see my Darkrai in battle. Not at the moment, anyways. Chidano. Amazing, isn't it? When that thing popped up on the screen, I'm like, oh, it's over. 30,000 or so, and it's over right here in front of everybody. It was a long, long process. In fact, we should probably make sure this game is saved nice and thoroughly. Yeah, that guy was like, dude, I thought you died. And that's, you know what? Nobody's lived here in 50 years. That was 51, because in 50 years plus the one that I was in there. So... absolute insanity, dude. So, I didn't think I was gonna be able to end the stream on a... I'm not ending the stream right now, but I didn't think I was gonna actually be able to go like that. That was absolutely insane. I love it, dude, and I love that you guys were here for it. Called it before the stream even started. This was the one. You know what? I think, how do you do this in this game again? Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Dude, I don't remember how to freaking do anything. No. Is that it? No, that's not it. Dude, I can't remember how to do anything in the game. Okay, hang on. I think you just do this. All right, never mind. You know what? I was gonna. You know what? I'm still gonna play the song for you guys. I'm gonna play the song for you guys because I want to. Arceus is next. Actually, Shaman is up next. I started the Shaman hunt last March, and I never finished that. Out of curiosity, does this still work with steps? Yeah, it's still steps. I'm going to at least play the song for you guys because I'm going to go put my coffee cup back in the kitchen. And then I'll head over to Shaman, and I guess I'll do a couple of runaway hunts, or runaway encounters right away, and then we'll call it. All right, you guys can have the song anyways. I'm just saying, if anybody has never noticed, the saxophone player went crazy good in this game soundtrack. He was not there for the original, but now he is, so you guys get to hear that smooth, sweet saxophone. All right. Unfortunately, I gotta battle him really quickly, but after I battle this guy, you guys heard that smooth, sweet saxophone. After that's done, I'm gonna head over to Shaman. And you know what? I'm only gonna hunt Shaman for like 10 minutes. You think we can go for the doubles? Dupes, 2 shinies, 1 stream? Am I asking for a little bit too much there? Yeah, dude, it's this, like, the entire soundtrack, whenever you hear that saxophone player, that guy went crazy. Yeah, that's, I know I got cocky there, because I'm the first person who's like, you gotta count your moves, you know, I know exactly how many moves every Pokemon I battle has, and I'm not gonna let them struggle to death, and all this different stuff. And then the first thing I did was, well, he's only a level 50 Darkrai, he'll be fine. But, I mean, to be fair, I've never, ever had a problem catching Darkrai in, like, at all. So, I knew that was going to be alright. Did I save? I saved twice so far. How do you fly in this game again? Yeah, no, wait, hold on. Sorry, I gotta remember, it's different than it was in the old days. Alright, so if I want to fly to Shaman. Shaman is right here, but this is not a point I can actually fly. So I would fly to the Pokemon League. Alright, guys, heading back to Shaman after months and months. To your point, Shiny Arceus will definitely be on the board soon. Do you think I can remember? So, a little background here. I don't remember what I'm doing. I never hunted Shaman in the base games. So in 2008, that was like the only one that I never shiny hunted was Shaman. So I don't even remember how to get to Shaman. I never did that event in the old days. So like Darkrai, right? Giratina, I've got a few of those. Dialga, did that already in the old game. I did that in the new game. Darkrai, same thing. This is not my first time doing that. Shaman, on the other hand, I have never shiny hunted before. Well, technically I've shiny hunted before because I started this hunt last March. And so I've never completed a Shaman hunt. But here's the question. I don't remember how to get there. So first off, I need a repel. And I'm sure I've got a repel somewhere around here, maybe. Dusk Ball, where are my repels? Max repel, okay. Alright, Shaman, how do I get to you? I know we're going east, and we're going through a rock. And I remember that much. So, that's a good start, right? So, hold on. If I want to go east, it wouldn't be this way. Oh, crap. Dude, okay, hang on. Is it this way? I think it's this way. Go this way, through there, then down, and is this it right here? Maybe? I was gonna say, with that, it doesn't really matter. I'll give you directions if you need them. Am I going the right way? Do you happen to know? And then this way. Like I say, I did this one time. I did not do this in 2008, so I'm not going off of any old memories here. I'm going off of only new memories, and I'm pretty sure this is the way to do it. You are? Perfect. All right, we're heading the right way. I don't know if I battled all the trainers or if I skipped them, so I'm going to have to be careful about that. I hate how if you use the D-pad, you don't run. You just walk. Because with the joystick, sometimes it's... you're rounding corners in a weird way. The art has been uploaded. I'm going to check that out here in a moment, for sure. All right, so... right here. I know we keep going east. Light at the end of the tunnel. We here? Perfect. We're getting there. All right, once again, got to dodge trainers because I don't know who I battled, and I didn't dodge you at all. What are you even doing out here, bro? Veteran Armando, you just interrupted my stream. Thank you very much, sir. What you got? You got an interesting topic? I'm going to check out that art and read the topic while I'm sitting here fighting Armando because he skunked me. Let's see that art of yours. Hey, that is incredible. Look at that. You are flooded with art. Look at that. You have been busy. Golbat. I was just checking to see what that, what he's throwing out now. You are a fool. Yeah, you've definitely been busy. Look at that. Especially that top one. You know I'm a sucker for purple. It's kind of got that, like, the Keaton Mask style look to it. Pelipper. Almost out of this guy. H Nations, yep, I agree 100%. Archo says, do you guys associate certain eras of your life with the music you listen to? I know that I sort of do, but at the same time, I mean, it's really common. Like, if I say early 2000s, and I'm a metalhead alt kind of person, then if I say early 2000s, people definitely say, oh, you're an Evanescence, Linkin Park, Disturbed kid, you know? So I know that it's not just you. Okay. Yeah, dang it. I knew I didn't battle you. At first I was like, oh, he didn't see me. Or, I mean, he did see me, but he didn't battle me. Now I'm realizing, yeah, I haven't battled this guy. I dodged all these trainers clearly, and I just don't remember doing so. If you hear the song, you remember the era. Very much so. So, trying to think, there was a song that I used to listen to with my Game Boy, or I'd be playing my Game Boy listening to a CD, and I was like, I just remember listening to that song. It was, I can't remember what it was. Oh, dude, this guy's kind of a champ. I'm just not used to seeing something like that. Random trainer has him a champ. Bucket says, Kid versus Ryu from Street Fighter. Yeah, well, anytime somebody's wearing a gi, that means they're Ryu from Street Fighter, for sure. There's okay, I know, I think I remember what it was. I had to look at my own tweet. I was like, what song was it? If you remember Bound for the Floor by Local H, that was like straight up 90s kid, like 100%. 90s and 2000s. I forget when that came out. It probably came out in the early the late 90s, but I didn't listen to it till the early 2000s. Hey, look where we are, guys. I haven't been here in 15 months. In fact, I know exactly when I was here. Magical Raven, are you still floating out there? Raven, you will know exactly the last time I was here. The last time I was here was last March, because it was my birthday or around my birthday at some point. I'm going to save one more time just to make sure. Always double tap. And it was around my birthday at some point, right? So the reason that I remember exactly when it was because I had a lot of really bad moments last year, and I shiny hunted Shaman, and I did a birthday stream of it, and I'm going to save after the repel. So I remember exactly when this was, because when that happened, Raven did not want me and would not let me have a bad birthday. And because of that, this rock will always commemorate my birthday in 2022. So I'm now back here to give my thanks to Raven and find Shaman, because Darkrai is finally in my possession. At long, long last, Darkrai is done, the nightmare is over, and so we are back to the Thankful Rock, or what do they call it? The Giving Rock? I think it was the Giving Rock. Giving Thanks. The Giving Rock. And this is forever dedicated to Raven, to whom I give my thanks. And that is why I remember this rock. I thought I'd be back a little sooner than I was, but nonetheless, we're here. Alright guys, we'll finish this stream up, running through the flowers here. I'll give Shaman a few encounters and give Shaman a chance to really make this stream light up. Imagine if Darkrai wasn't the only shiny we're going to find tonight. I just love this in HD, dude. This really lights up well. This looks great in HD. This absolutely looks amazing. And it's just repetitive, but it's just great. Alright, I think we want to save right about here. Alright. Archo says, I have mad beef with Game Freak for making all of the limited time events. Yeah, I don't understand, like, what was that all about? Why make those limited time events? Now nobody can get Darkrai. But, Average John... Oh, no, it's not Shiny Shaman, John. No, we're here because now Darkrai is in my possession and the nightmare is over. Shaman is the next target. Oh, meant Darkrai. I got you. Isn't this crazy? Like, so that's 2 times in a row that the Darkrai streams have yielded shinies. Darkrai on this one, and then the last one was Giratina. But, either way, so, use the bike. Everyone's so impatient, man. But yeah, we can use the bike. But, Raven says, I blame keyboard most of the times for my typos. Typos happen. Typos giveth and typos taketh away. But, alright. Well, Raven, we're finally back. We're home. I got caught in a nightmare, but I finally made it home. Oops, didn't mean to do that. You want to get right in front of Shaman. Right there. Feels awkward to use the bike, man. It's the end of the stream. I know, I'm triggering Archo right now, but no, not Chimecho. We're going for Shaman. Go forward. Shaman, not Chimecho. Oh, Shaman, welcome back. It's so good to see little Shaman again. Ah, feels so vindicated of that horrible hunt. It was long and it was worth it though. So this is what's cool about this hunt is you can just run away from Shaman. Shaman disappears into the flowers. You run back out here. I know it's faster with a bike, but this is the end of the stream. I'm doing it for theatrics. You run back. Look who's back. Little Shaman. Also, I have the letters for Shaman and Darkrai and BDSP, but I have yet to start the hunts. Well, I started the hunt, and then the hunt kind of started me. But 30,000 encounters in, it's over. It's done. This is not the next Mewtwo. And I'm going to say, outside of the fact that Cresselia is pretty much a nightmare, that one is way worse because it's 15 years and God knows over 100,000 encounters. Outside of that, I intend no hunt to go long again. Mewtwo's done. Darkrai's done. I'm officially caught up on targets, mostly anyways. Discord link, you're in luck. It's posted at the top of the chat, actually. I have it pinned. Your account got disabled. Huh. That's weird. They nailed the music and the art. So that's where it's at for me is like, I know that I don't remember the name now, but basically Game Freak subcontracted that company, I don't remember their name, to make this game. Is this game impressive? No, it was lackluster. But man, when they did something right, they did it really, really right. Shaman is one of your favorites, Raven. That's why the Giving Rock is forever dedicated to you. Because you were there for me last year during what was probably going to be a terrible birthday. And this is your favorite Pokemon. So those two events combined. Shaman, you will come home with us shiny. And you will not take 15 months like Darkrai did. I mean, look at where we started the stream and look at where we're ending this. We started in my nightmare that's been going for 15 months, and now we're in the nice soft flower field under the moonlight. Can't press the link? Alright, hang on. 1 sec, I can give you another link. You need a link? I can give you a link. I got a link. I got links for days. All yours, my friend. Even the music is just so calming here. Like, this is a really good aesthetic. I love this. Alright. So, Shaman is already at, like... I don't even know how many of... I have no idea how many encounters Shaman's at. I'm not keeping track of this one at all. Raven, sometimes it's not about the time or the count. It's just the memories. And we don't have to worry about how many encounters it's going to take because this thing's going to sparkle for us. And it's going to be an amazing event. Plus, Shaman's level 30, so I'm not even going to really do anything. I might... Yeah, I guess I'll weaken it just because I weaken everything. But, like, Shaman, that's an easy one. Level 30 Shaman, I can catch out with a ball without even weakening the thing. H-Nation's got 3 links, Adult Link, Young Link, and Toon Link. Yeah, I've got 4. Discord link and as well. Bum, 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 bum. You got your Shaman in a week. I got my Darkrai in a week. First time. Second time I got it in a freaking year. That was an unnecessarily long hunt, but that's all right. Dude, it all comes down to that one moment, and it was awesome. I am so glad that happened. That was sick, dude. I haven't been super hyped for a shiny in a while. Like, Dondozo, I was like, oh, hey, oh my god, there's a shiny Dondozo there, you know. Smoliv, I was like, hey, is something weird about that? Oh my god, it was a shiny, you know. And it was like, oh yeah, it's, you know, we're good. But that one, I kind of lost it there for a sec when that thing spawned shiny, and I'm like, oh, it happened. That was so good. Have I seen the Barbie movie? I have not, but I do intend to see it, actually. I got talked into it eventually. I was like, I saw the trailers. It looks funny, so I'm all for it. And the other movie that's in there right now, I have to see, Oppenheimer. Been looking for that. Let's try it again. Been looking forward for that for a while. Shaman is such a nice Pokemon. Come to think of it, Raven, do you happen to remember, did I ever do the Shaman event in Legends Arceus? I literally can't remember doing that event. I don't think I ever did. Ooh, Raven, we might actually have to go back to Hisui for a little while. I just realized that. I don't think I ever did that event. I don't remember catching Shaman in that game. God will come after this, by the way. Just don't worry. Arceus will be on the hunt list, but Shaman's up first. Arceus, I've already got one. Did that hunt before. Darkrai's my favorite shiny. Arceus actually isn't really the greatest shiny. I mean, it's, I can't remember. I don't think it keeps it. Yeah, so Arceus does not keep its shiny form when it uses its plates, I don't think. Ah, crap. Now I can't remember. Wow, I can't remember, dude. Brain, are you done? Are you fried? I can't remember if Arceus, every single form is shiny when it's shiny. I don't remember. Either way, my point being is that Shaman is taking a priority to Arceus. But don't worry, Arceus will be up on the list someday, because this isn't going to take long. Right, Raven? Right, Archo? This is going to be a quick one. By the way, if you're wondering how I have a shiny Arceus in the original Diamond, it's called hacking! Yes, I used an action replay to get the Aether Flute. I admit it. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm just regretful. No, seriously, you got to do what you got to do. They wouldn't give me that damn flute, so I had to get it myself. And it was less than conventional means. Bucket says, I want to watch Oppenheimer, but it's expensive. I got to check what my ticket prices are. I don't think they've gone up. I only have like $8 movie tickets at a nearby theater. I definitely am going to see Oppenheimer. As someone who went to school for chemistry, it's kind of an inevitability. Although at the same time, you would think that the show Breaking Bad, right? If I have a degree in chemistry, I've definitely seen that, right? Nope, I've never watched Breaking Bad. You have no idea how many people go, you've never seen what? But you're a chemist. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I still skeptical of watching that movie. Barbie or Oppenheimer? Because if it's Oppenheimer, I could totally understand that, because I don't know if they were historically perfectly accurate about that. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I'm going to full screen it for the end of the stream. And I will thank Dragon once again for subscribing earlier. Hopefully she will enjoy the highlight, because we did it. We freaking did it. Important question, important answer. Let's see if they match. It is worth noting Arceus is the only thing I ever hacked in that game. I did Void Glitch to get to Darkrai, but that wasn't a hack. That was a glitch. It's mostly historically accurate with very light amount of change, which would be perfect for me. That would absolutely be perfect. Are you actually going to play Tales of Arise? 100% promise I will be playing Tales of Arise. It's going to be my next game up after Ghost of Tsushima. Unless Naya still wants to talk about... last I checked, she wanted to do Red Dead Redemption, and then we put it on the back burner, but we'll figure it out. I need to stop working so many hours, but I'm not stressed. I'm just working a lot of hours. The two don't always go hand in hand, but once that lightens up. Pokemon Black is on that list as well. Oh, wow, dude, my TV hasn't, like, I caught this, so the TV just went on standby, so I have to click it really quick, and I actually caught Darkrai before the TV even went on standby the first time. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Adulthood seems to be a lot of, yeah, I'm gonna do this unless. I'm gonna do this unless, you know, unless I blow a tire on the road and have to buy a new set of tires, or I'm gonna do this unless, you know, the economy causes groceries to skyrocket in value, or, you know, things like that. I'm gonna do this unless somebody else buys it first, you know, that kind of thing. It's day after day after day. Unless our $15 million customer backs out, but they're never gonna do that, right? Gone. Unless this person quits with no reason to, or with no warning, I should say, quits. One of the best casts ever. Oh, for Barbie? Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a fan of Margot Robbie. I definitely like her work, and God, I can't remember the guy playing Ken. I just know that people have been praising him. I don't remember who it was. I just know people said it was great. So, but Oppenheimer's up first for the theaters. Oh, Tales of Rise. Yeah, I know every name on that list when I was looking through them. I'm like, not personally. I have to look up what their filmography list is. I don't know their names. I'm really bad with names. But when I looked them up, I'm like, oh, it was this person in Final Fantasy X. Oh, it was this. You know, it's just one after another after another. Tales of Rise is full of it, of characters that have been in, voice actors that have been in everything. A lot of them were in Xenoblade Chronicles, too, I noticed. I think it was Xenoblade Chronicles that I saw, like, a ton of crossover going on. Friday must be my lucky day. Raven's my good luck charm. That's what it is, Raven. You are my good luck charm. Always have been. And now we're hunting your favorite. Mixed reviews for both of them. Yeah, I'd be willing to go see it. I mean, you know what? Barbie would be one of those. I think Barbie would be a movie that I'd be willing to see when it comes out, and I have Redbox coupons all the time where I get a movie for like 10 cents, you know, and I really do enjoy that a little more than streaming services. So I think that's what I'll wait for. Barbie. Oppenheimer I'd be willing to see in theaters. And maybe, I know this one's not up your alley, Raven, but that's all right. I'm not judging you for that at all. I'm just saying it's not up your alley. But might be seeing Saw X in theaters next month. Oh yeah, I forgot Five Nights at Freddy's in October as well. I'll see that in theaters 100%. I know I don't know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's because I've only played the first game, and that was like the shortest, briefest non-lore game there was in the series back when it was invented. You know, it was just a gimmick, but 100% I'll see it. It gives the game more time to develop. Hold on. Even though it's a small party of characters, I think that helps the game out a lot. Yeah, I have no problems with that at all. I mean, every Final Fantasy game, you don't get a whole lot of characters. You're talking like, what, 10 characters at most? Usually you get a party of like 8. Doesn't matter how many characters you've got, you just need really good characters. You need a good character development, good cast. Bucket says, but anyways, I wish Monster Hunter would get a more faithful movie rather than the I remember that. I didn't see it, and as far as I know, I'm never going to see it because it doesn't, it ruins any, I should say, credibility. It ruins any credibility it has by just not following the games or the lore or anything. No real effort, small budget. Like I've heard horrible things about that Monster Hunter movie. That's a goner for me. Six party members. Well, I mean, Xenoblade. I think you only get 6 people in Xenoblade, or well, roughly 6. I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm guessing around 6. I do know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. All right, well, how do you feel about the lore? Recall that when I saw Five Nights at Freddy's jump on the scene, it was a very simple horror game that it was just a quick gimmick that worked really, really well and was really fun. Particularly to watch your friends, you know, they don't know what's going on and just mess around with your friends. I turned my back and I turned away for a couple years. I look back and all of a sudden there's lore about Five Nights at Freddy's, like a ton of lore. So how do you feel about it? Yeah, no, I have not played a Tails game in a very long time. Vesperia was the last one I played, I think. So it'll definitely be cool to get back to Tails. Now, the thing I definitely like, and you've confirmed this about 5,000 times, is that the voice acting is top tier. If there's one thing I remember from the Tails franchise, it was that the voice acting was not top tier. It was always top tier voice actors doing a low tier performance. So I'm glad to finally see they got their act together on that. First, Nursalia are solo hunters. Second, you fight Nursalia in open areas, not caves. Third, Rathalos is not weak to fire. Fourth, a normal... Yeah, well, even I know that. Dragons aren't weak to fire. They never are. A normal human should not be able to beat a hunter in physical combat. And that right there, it's kind of like telling me that... ask me to go see the Last Airbender movie, and I'll tell you what movie. What movie are you talking about? There was never a movie made about Avatar. Raven says, I just hear lurking, enjoying the chat between you guys. Raven, it is always a pleasure to have you. I'm probably going to only go 5 more minutes. I think 10:30 is a good way to end this off, especially because, dude, Darkrai! You know what? For the last hunts, too, for the last encounters, Raven, now that we are back in the garden and we are with Shaman, I say we make a little special appearance. What do you think? Let's switch my choke out here. I never hunt with my shinies. I was always critical of people that lead with their shinies, which is why I've changed my mind and I'm doing that now, in Diamond anyways. But just for this one moment, for this commemorative hunt, the final encounters of Shaman here tonight will show off the big guy. Oh, I am so glad I put you in a Dusk Ball, dude. I am so glad I put you in a Dusk Ball. The reason you don't hunt with your shinies, by the way, look how much time we spend gawking at this thing. But my god, he is such a beast. Oh, okay, I was going to say Chimeco's still the one following. Sea Salt says, I'm lurking too, listening to Nito ramble on. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I just ramble on. Ramble and ramble. I'm a rambling man. Bucket says, 5th, Monster Hunter lands aren't that plain, so obviously the cast and the sets were all low budget. Archo says, this dude Afton is literally the definition of I got one more in me. He cannot die. In terms of Five Nights at Freddy's lore, though, let's just say it's crazy. I do know that much. I absolutely know that one, or that much. Yeah, and then the Arise voice acting. Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. Is they finally a Tails game with good voice acting was necessary. Dude, I'm just saying, like Darkrai coming out of that Dusk Ball. That is why I did not use the Master Ball. I used the Master Ball 15 years ago. Actually, you know what? Let's be honest. It's 16 years now. Let's be truthful. 16 years ago, I used the Master Ball because the Master Ball matched the shiny. And I love this shiny. But now, with that effect from the Dusk Ball like it is in this game, I'm all on board. I am so glad that I used a Dusk Ball. See, you just waste so much time watching this thing sparkle, but that's fine, because I'm only going to go for a couple more minutes. And I'm 100% gawking at my own shiny. I love that thing. Dude, that thing was much earned and deserved. I've seen people come and go through this channel in the process of this hunt, and it's crazy how long some of these hunts are going nowadays. Mewtwo and Darkrai are both testing the limits. Oh yeah, that was another one, the battle quotes. Vesperia did better about that, but Tales of Symphonia will always echo in the back of my mind, because the meme was, if you're not shouting the name of your attack during your attack, are you even really attacking? But then everybody's shouting their attack names all together, and just, it was a cluster. Frisk says, I have to go outside with the dogs, so I think I will leave the stream. Frisk, farewell, and I am glad that you got to see the moment this stream. I am glad to have had you here for that catch. It was an amazing little moment, and I'm so glad that I streamed tonight and found it. That was incredible. Frisk, it has been a pleasure, always is, and absolutely amazing on the art as always. They do that in the Rise too? Oh, well. Old habits die hard. Bucket says, also, why did Rathalos die in an SOS signal in its throat? That's not how Rathalos works. So obviously the movie was no good. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra so much that I refuse to ever see any more than one scene that or actually a couple scenes I've seen. I refuse to watch The Last Airbender ever, no matter what, because I literally don't want that in my brain at all. I want none of that in my brain. That's how I feel like you should be with Monster Hunter. Just erase it. Erase it from your mind. It's such a terrible movie that you just have to make sure it's not there at all. Dude, Darkrai, you are so freaking sick. I love it. All right, guys, as it is 10:30, here's what I will do. I will go one more encounter, and then I'll fix my party really quickly. And I'm officially on to Shaman at long, long last. Let me know when you start Tales of Arise. I will definitely let you know after Ghost of Tsushima. All right, no shiny Shaman tonight, but that's all right. That would be, you know, I'm asking way too much at that point. Shaman to shine in the same night that Darkrai did. All right. We'll call that, yeah, we'll do a bonus encounter. One bonus encounter. One bonus. That's it, I promise. No more than one bonus. I always hype up that last encounter. Let's do this for Buckets, for Archo, for Raven, for Frisk, for Sea Salt lurking out there, and for a couple people that are lurking in the chat in general. Last encounter, one more chance. Okay. Can't strike gold twice. Lightning never, and H Nation, I forgot. Sorry, I missed you on that. All right, that was the last encounter. Let me fix my party really quickly, and I will leave you with this, guys. This was a short stream, or not even a short, well, yeah, it wasn't that short. This was just a late stream for me, and I am so glad it turned out the way it did. That is so freaking sick. He looks great in HD, and I finally have mine after how many I've seen person after person posting their Darkrai's, and I've been wondering, why am I forsaken? Why me? When I had Darkrai before these people were born, and yet they're getting it and I'm not. But today, that all ended, and Darkrai appeared. It was sick, and it was great talking with all you guys. I seriously appreciate all of you guys coming by to keep me company, and pretty much everybody here following this hunt for the last year. I really appreciate all of the good times through all of it, guys. It has been a pleasure. It was my pleasure start to end to have and host this stream and have all of you here. It was a long journey, and now we are back. And like I say, I leave you off on the Giving Rock, Raven, to whom I give my thanks forever. We'll leave it there, guys. Crazy stream indeed, Archo. Thanks for being able to make it, my friend. I did not do Friday Night Smash tonight because we got started at 8:30. It was very late. But I am very glad that I did this. So we got sold on the black market. Yeah, my body was still there. I don't know how, but my body was absolutely still there. I was like, all right, sweet. Body's still there. I mean, it's there's a lot of atrophy. It's pretty lethargic. Haven't had a lot of water, no fluid, but we're back. You know, I was in a house that has been uninhabited for 50 years. When I got out, it was uninhabited for 51. Or actually, I guess I went into a house that was abandoned for 50 years, and I came out of a house that was occupied for 1. So, all right, guys. H Nation, you're going to play some Dragon Ball Fighters Z, which I believe just opened up for free download for a demo on the Switch. So I'm guessing that's what you're doing and what you're doing with that now. But, all right, let me check the Discord for you because you just joined again. So let me get you a roll really quickly. Magical Ravens, Magical Fairy Luck. Once again, every single time, it does not fail. The last time I streamed this, it got us to an encounter with... Hold on, I gotta give you the ping per stream. An encounter with a shiny Giratina in the other game, and now it has brought us Darkrai. Free housing for real. They already had good health care. I could have just loitered in the Poke Center that whole time. I don't know how my body survived, but it did. So with that said, H-Nation, Archo, Sea Salt, Magical Raven, buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets, Frisk, just thank you guys so much for being able to be here for that moment. Can't wait to clip that out and post it, guys. It's going to be sweet. But to that point, I posted that shorts about Raven and I at midnight finding and fighting Darkrai. It's not quite midnight, Raven. At least not for me. You're not even close to midnight. But we did it again. But this time I was not alone by any means because you guys all got to witness and see that capture. And it was sick, and that Pokemon is my favorite shiny. And seeing it in HD just reminds me over and over and over again. But now I have my own to remind me that that is a sick freaking shiny. Looks amazing. All right, guys. Humble and proud. I am Nito Marquis. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you guys all for being here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for enjoying this. But most of all, thank you for keeping me company and making my night fun and chatting with me and enjoying this. I seriously appreciate it. You guys rock, and I appreciate everything. Nothing is unappreciated by me. I notice everything, and I am thankful for everything. Humble and proud, I am Nito Marquis. You guys have a good night and a good weekend. I will see you again. I think next week is the Splatfest. So we're going into the Splatfest. If I stream this weekend, maybe. But until then, I know I will see you again for the Splatfest. Have a good night, my friends.